Hello, hello. Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing my TBR planning for January semi together. I tried to sort of find a compromise because it was said in the comments, obviously, that some people would like to sort of do the TBR with me, but my TBR is very big, and I'd already started working on some of it before those comments came in, so I sort of did my best to sort of put it aside and be like, nope, we will come back to that later, and don't worry about it. We will do the rest of it together, with the exception of a few books that I've already started, because this is January the 2nd, so therefore I've already read a couple of books. So that's had to go on the TBR, obviously. So let's go ahead and jump in and do this together. All right, so I want to go this one. Okie dokie. So first off, goals. There's three main ones, and they kind of all have the same theme, or at least two main themes. I want to fit every book into at least one, but preferably more prompt. That doesn't mean obviously in the same challenge or in the same family group of challenges, but I want to try to put it into a challenge group if at all possible. This is in order to leave room for more spontaneous reading, because I feel like I sort of left some of that behind and it was frustrating. I'd be like, I really want to pick up and do the next book in this series right now while I'm feeling it, or I really want to grab another romance, or do a quick mystery, something that's, 1 or 2 days, nothing crazy, or maybe even jump into a book that's going to take me forever to get through. But I didn't necessarily leave myself enough room in my TBR, or, well, not in my TBR, but outside of the TBR. The TBR was literally like what I can do in a month. And so I want to leave a little bit more room by doing as many, like putting a book into as many different challenges as I can. That way there are more spaces in that TBR. Hopefully that makes sense. And then I want to do the minimums, and I want to feel happy about that and that I've accomplished a goal. Now, does that mean I'm only going to do the minimums? Probably not. But when I meet the minimum of something, I want to feel accomplished and that I did it. So if I needed to read a minimum of 15, but the maximum to be like superstar gold or whatever is 20, then when I get to 15, I want to be like, yes, I am happy. If I do the rest of it, fabulous. If I don't, it's okay. I feel accomplished. That's a goal. Am I gonna do it? I don't know. We will try. But that is the goal for it. And that goes into the last one, which is keep my stress low and enjoy reading. That just is basically don't read something just because it's the only thing I can find to fit a prompt. If I can't find something that I want to read to enjoy the prompt, put the prompt aside and come back to it later. I want to read either for entertainment and enjoyment, or because I want to learn something, or even just feel seen. There are some times where you're like, hey, I want to read that book because that person, that just is my vibe. That character feels like me, or feels like someone I could be friends with, and you're just like, I really want to read this. I did one of those already, actually, this year, where I was like, okay, not exactly the exact same situation I was in, but close enough. I feel like I'm gonna get something out of this book, and I did, and it was lovely. Wasn't a 5-star read, but it was a nice time. I had a good time, and I definitely wrote down some quotes and things and sent them to my husband, and I was like, hey, this like really vibed with me right now, and I'm sure I'll chat some more because I just finished it a little bit ago when we have dinner a little bit later. Be like, finish that book that I sent you those quotes about. Let me download or offload all the things. So that's what I want. I want to pick things that I want to pick, but also feel enjoyment and happiness no matter what. So pre-planning. We have 3 things that we need to do before we actually jump into putting books in different places. The first one is to pick our Romanceopoly club for the quarter. I don't have to finish the entire club, but I need to look at the club, hopefully pick at least one book, and complete that book. Now, we'll plan the entire club, and then I'll pick and do as much as I can. But I have the entire year to finish the club. So if I don't finish it this month, it's okay. And it's for the entire quarter anyway. So before end of March. The next one is to look at my husband's choice for the month. So I sort of opened his Goodreads and said, hey, these are the ones that you've read that I haven't. Which ones do you recommend? And which ones do you not? So he like crossed off the ones he didn't think I would like and everything else. And then we had a list and I said, okay, are any of these books ones that you think that I should read this month right now? And he picked 2, and I could only get one of them from the library right now in this month, so that's what we're going to go with. The other one hopefully will be for next month, so looking forward to that one because he was super excited about that one specifically. And then he has a couple others, and he's like, probably those, but we'll see like what I read the next couple months. You know, he may pick something else and move things around depending on what he's reading as well. So hopefully this is something that you guys will enjoy, but it's something that we will enjoy, so I've added it to my TBR generally. And then TBR spins and picks, which is what we did before, and we'll change up what they are. It's going to be HerkEd prompts and other challenges and things like that. So let's go ahead and get started. My husband's choice for this month is Uprooted. My Naomi Novik, probably surprising to no one because I've mentioned it several times that he suggested that I read it. All right, and then let's get out of that because we need to pop over to this one. And we are going to pick the club. Looks like Nightshade Society. Nightshade Society. So we'll come over here. Nightshade Society. And then I've already written down what all the prompts are. So I just have to scroll over. Oh, sorry. That's probably really, really disconcerting. Nightshade Society. Okay. Oh, the only one I had already read one for is the one we picked. Well, I'll try to read another one. I read this actually for a whole different challenge. I decided to go ahead and fit it in. Actually, no, that's not where I wanted to put that book. I put it in the wrong spot. We're going to go and fix that. While I'm in here, I popped it into the wrong one. It needs to be here. All right, so now we can go, I'll put this one in real quick, folders, January, nope. All right, and so we did the first one, we did the second one, so now we're going over to TBR, spins, and picks, which the first one is HerkEd 1.0. So I'm going to choose one from HerkEd. And my thought is if it's a small one, then we will just do, you know, all of them potentially. If it's, you know, this one's only one. So we'll do recipe and a book. All right, I'm going to have to do another one. Move. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to do the ones that require me to purchase. And there are a couple that require me to purchase this month. We'll see. 500-page book. Okay. 500-page book in a day. And last one. Watch this big webcomic. Books from other what? Books from other countries. Okay. How many do I need to do for books from other countries? Oh, that needs to be either bigger or smaller. That's not what I wanted to do. We're just going to make it a little bit bigger. Can I do that? Will it fit properly? It's fine. Okay. How many books from other countries do I need to do? Five. So obviously, I don't think I'm going to get to all 5 of them. Maybe that's not obvious, but let's see. Maybe we can do 2 of the 5. So I think I'm, oh, okay, well, 1 second. Okay, and then fix this one. Oh, that's probably, we're going to have to make these smaller. There's just really no way. All right. Well, that changed some things up, and these got messed up in the process. It's okay. It's part of the charm, right? Doing things together. So this one's 5. We'll say let's try 2, because I think I actually have 2 that are elsewhere on my TBR that I can just pop in. All right. So, I'll keep this in the bottom. No, I won't. I may pop it back and forth depending on what is going on. Like if I'm like looking significantly for something and not just like doing a quick search. But right now I have up my priority reads list, my series tracker, and then of course the wheels that we just did. I have one more wheel that we'll end up doing here. Actually, I do need to go back up because we have another wheel to do. That's for the last 3. So for other challenge, we have 2 boxes here that need to be picked. Something from the school reading challenge. And I think there's more than one school reading, so I didn't remove it, just in case I get 2 from there. Ha! Reader's choice. Stay. Reader's choice. So this is kind of a, we'll see, and I'll pick something. It may be something that's on a series. It may be something that I just want to read and I couldn't find a spot for. It could be a couple of different things. I'm not sure just yet. All right, so we will come back to that. We got to look at quarterly stuff first. So I already have my Frostbitten trial. This is for an entire quarter. Shadow Face is going to be on for this month for sure, so I went ahead and put it as purple, and Small Magic is as well, so I'll put that one as purple, just because they need to be, because they are part of my monthlies, which you'll see here in a second, or down here. Just sort of show you where I'm at. Monsters Mate, I read that one on New Year's Day for, I can't remember which challenge I read it for, but I read for one of them, and it fit into like a bunch of spots on challenges, so that was good. See, fit there too. And this is for Chamber of Firsts. I also have Evangelicals on here, and then I have pulled this one in from Herkyed, which is a book that mentions social media, and this trauma is sponsored. And I pulled this one because it was one that specifically talks about social media as a job or something along those lines. I can't remember what it was specifically. And it was also in Pop Sugar, I believe. So I have it in 3 different places. I think the prompt I mentioned was actually from Pop Sugar, but it's in a couple of spots. So I went ahead and said, hey, if I have to do this quarter, maybe. And then we've already done these ones together for Once Upon a Year, and definitely these 2 are this month because they have to be, and that's where we leave this one for now, and we pop into the monthlies, and then we do the monthlies first, and then we try to fit those into the quarterlies. That's sort of how my thought is on this. So for monthlies, I didn't purplify these because they have to be, and these first 3 are there because I've already read them. Well, just about. I've read these guys. I've almost done with this one. So these have to be in order. So I need to look for 2 things that I can get like immediately for these 2. The other ones, I just have to finish each page. And this is for Journey Through the Stars. And I'm not sure we went through a bunch of, like, we did go through a walkthrough, but I don't think we did anything in depth because I hadn't done any of the planning. It was a last minute addition because I liked the theme and I thought it was a lot of fun. So let's get started. I need a book that takes place mostly outdoors or involves exploration of a new world. So that would be probably something that is fantasy potentially. So let me see what I already have at my library, like in my book. I don't think they mean like me starting a new book world. I think it means the character needs to start a new, I like it, to go exploring. Don't have anything currently checked out. Do I have anything coming to me in the next little bit or something that I can just get now? Available now. I still haven't figured out how to like screen share my phone. I wish I could. Or like put this on my computer. I can do it on my iPad. I don't know that I can Libby on my computer. I'll have to find that out. I wish I could do this by... I already read that book. Is this a whole nother planet? Still thinking of offer choice of living on arrows. Okay, we can potentially do that. Ender in exile. Why not? So let me grab a card for like an image real quick to pop in there. Hopefully this is a good enough image. I don't want, it's fine, it'll be fine. All right, upload, and then we'll bring this over. And this one is definitely on my list because I just finished reading Xenocide on New Year's Eve. And I did a stream and I was talking about finishing it up and I was so excited. But I also realized there were entire like books that I had missed out on. And this is one of those. This is like a between the novels one that I missed. So is First Meetings. And so may as well. Now, I don't want you to think this is a short book. By no means is it short. It is like 14 hours or something when I was looking it up. Yeah, 14 hours on an audiobook. But it is a between the novels type of thing. So I've already read the books on either side of this, technically. So this is back between book 1 and book 2. So between Ender's Game and Speaker for the Dead comes Ender in Exile. So if you have read those books, you'll know where that one is. And then an adventure or a quest. Ooh. I mean, there's a lot of things that could be adventures and quests. Does One Dark Window have an adventure or a quest in it? If not, maybe Voyage for the Damned, because I keep saying I'm going to read that. Let's do a Google. Does One Dark Window feature an adventure or quest? Probably going to be no. Faster, please. Oh, an adventure and a central quest. Okay, we're going with One Dark Window then, because that is one that I'm about to get from the library. And it's also on, I believe, my 26 and 2026. If it's not, it was definitely in the contenders for it. I had a lot of, I mentioned in the 26 for 2026, I was like, getting it down to just 26 was really tough. All right, so these are the only ones I have to read in order. Then I have a little bit more sort of freedom, but I need to come over here and add them to the full TBR. So I already put First Meetings on there, and I already put Small Magic and Evangelical, so I just need to put these two guys on there. So here's One Dark Window. It's just already on there. Fabulous. I love that. And Ender in Exile, which definitely isn't on there because I just uploaded the card. Cover. That's the word. All right. Now, I mentioned a minute ago, I know I'm off task, but that I was going to potentially do 2 that are in other countries. And these 2 guys are already in other countries. And I'm pulling them because they have trains on the cover. And I'm pretty sure I wrote them down as potentials. So let me double check that since I just got distracted. Books from other countries. Is it from other countries? Hold on. Did I misread that? Let me open my Herkyed tracker. Challenges explained. Look for the word country. Set in a different country or from authors in different countries. You may not repeat countries and they cannot be the US, UK, or Canada. Australia is okay, but you can only get 1. Okay. So, in that case, I think that's where I'm going to go. If these are actually from other countries. Did I write it down? Mystery of the Blue Train is in another country. And no, 450. Where's 450 from Pat? I have 2 other Agatha Christie's on the list, but I don't know where this one's from. 450 from Paddington takes place in which country? England. So I can't use that one, but I can use Mystery of the Blue Train, which is already one of my ones that I need to read for the Aurelium Supplemental. That's not supplementat, supplemental. Because I'm trying to finish up the supplementals because they're pretty short. I'm saying a lot of ums, but yes. That was on TBR. Okay, so let's put the first one as the Blue Train. Actually, while I'm here, I can... Most of hers are pretty short. Let me double check how short they are. No, I'm not going to overburden myself. We're going to pick one additional one. We'll with Appointment from Death, which I believe is in Egypt, for that other country. And then if I have extra room, I'll do Murder in Mesopotamia, because that's another one that's on a Herkyed prompt. So we can... I mean, that's not a Herkyed prompt. That's on a different challenge that would work for the Herkyed prompt. There we go. So there's those 2. And I already know recipe in a book while we're here is going to be the one about the quiche. Nope. Let's find it. I already have Ender in Exile in here. What was I thinking? Okay. I must have been debating it for something else. I could go check right now and see if I have it on another challenge, but I don't think I do. I must have just been debating it. I need to just tag all, there it is. Tag all the ones when I upload them, but I forget. All right, this one I'll do later. While we're already here. Nope, we're gonna go in the order I said I was gonna go in. That's the only one I have for that one, so that has to be that. So I need to go add Appointment with Death and Long Quiche Goodbye to the TBR. Long Quiche Goodbye. And I already have Blue Train, so I just need... is it further up or further down? I should have done it when we were there. It's okay. We live and we learn. There it is. It's gotta be there. And these are probably not in the order I would necessarily want to put them in. I'm just popping them over so that I have like one consolidated list, because I found that that was being a little frustrated. All right, so other monthly challenges. These ones are already there. This one is because it fits into a Romanzopoly one as well, and it fits into Adventures in Aldea, and it finishes it fits like 3 or 4 different prompts. So I picked this one. And then Everlasting also fits a couple of different prompts, and the new release is Through the Gates of Garnet and Gold because I wanted to read it and it fits a couple places. And then the study session is what it is. That is the study session. So I will need to read that one. I mean, I don't have to read the study session and it doesn't actually give me any points. It's just, I kind of want to. Also, it looks cute. All right, so I need a book with the word weather or an element of the weather. And I need a book I missed out on childhood. Here's the thing. I think I want to try to do Winnie the Pooh because, where's my priority reads? I think I have that. Yeah, it's on a different challenge. It's on my 52 books. So let's do Winnie the Pooh. I don't think I actually downloaded a picture of it yet because it was just as a potential rather than like for sure going to do it because I haven't fully planned for, maybe I did already download that book. I did. It was on a potential list. So let's do Winnie the Pooh for that one. And then a book with the weather. Do I have any books with the weather that are coming onto my phone soon? Let's check. Nope. Nope. Okay, nothing I currently have checked out. Let's look at holds that are coming due in the next month. I'm just literally looking at the titles. Not really. Most of the things, why do I have that on there twice? I don't. They just both have a dragon on the cover. Tell me you like fantasy books without telling me you like fantasy books. Okay, we're moving on. I don't actually know that I have any weather related ones, and yeah, now we're down into ones I'm probably not going to get before the end of the month anyway. So let me see if I can pull up Storygraph, and we'll come back to this one after Storygraph like gets loaded and everything, because sometimes like I'll go into the challenge and see if I can find if anybody else has put anything in there yet. I don't know if they have, because it just got announced. This is one of the ones I was waiting to do this for, because there are 2 that don't come out until the 1st of the month itself, so I can't record until after the 1st. I don't know if I mentioned it, but today is the 2nd. Actually, I know I mentioned it because I was talking about how I've already read some books. Okie I'll just bring it over so we can do this part together. There are a lot. Okay, I must have missed it. I'm looking for alphabet soup. There it is. Gotta scroll to the bottom because that's where the challenges go. So the January, only 3 people have added a book. And none of these are on my list. So maybe books with the word weather in the title. I'm sure there'll be a seasons and weather in the title. That might work. Not right now. Thank you. Anything with the word wind could work. Do I have anything with wind? I don't think so. Or snow. The lightning. Oh, I read the lightning thief. We may come back. Snow Crash. That was the other book that Mark really wanted to pick, and I don't think I'm going to get it before the end of the month. I may come back and do this one later, because if I get Snow Crash, I would love to go ahead and just do that one now, because that's one that he thought I would really, really like. So if it's something that someone says you're really going to like, who knows you really well, you know, maybe you gotta read it. Oh, and why did I put a period on that one, but none of the others? That's weird. All right, so let's pop back over this way. Blazing bestseller. And I can choose anything as long as it is not on these pages here. So I can't choose One Dark Window, but I can choose anything else that's on my list that is a bestseller, right? That's what it says. Bestseller or hyped on social media, which these days is a lot of books. Do I have anything else that's been hyped to me recently? Already checked out. I mean, Glint, because it's part of the Plated Prisoner series, but I don't know if Glint itself was. It was the series. Let's check. Anything else that just stands out to me as having been like out there on social media? There's a lot on social media that's been popping up on my screen. I could probably just go to social media real quick. Why don't we do that? Let's go into Instagram. I am working on getting like a book only, like a bookish Instagram going, because I didn't really do a lot of Instagramming, so hopefully, yeah, there's nothing that's coming up. We Who Will Die, can I get that in time? I don't think so. I think that's going to be hard to get really quickly. I've been seeing it pretty much everywhere. But I also don't think I'm going to be able to get it. It's already on my hold shelf, and I think it's like multiple months. Oh, maybe not. Well, that's 3 weeks away. And I can't do anything until I finish. Like, I can't move on. We're gonna do it anyway. And then I may have to just pick something else if it doesn't work out. But we'll give it a try. We Who Will Die. Save image. Upload the file. I mean, that is definitely advertised all a bunch. Red and orange covers. I know that I have a red cover right now, actually. You can tell me if you think it's red or not. I think it's mostly red. Like, it's more than 75% red. But it could have flames or lava. Did I already have... Never mind. I changed my mind. It can have flames, which means I can use a book that I have to finish for Herkia 2.0 that I meant to finish on New Year's Eve, and then I got distracted on New Year's Day by some books that came in. Oh, how far back am I going to have to go to grab that? I mean, I'm 50-something% of the way through it, but it's an ebook, so it takes me a little bit longer to get through. I must have missed it. It's got, I said, like, help me find it. You can't help me find it because you're not live with me right now, even when I'm talking to you. Unfortunately. I am specifically looking for Black Tide. If I don't see it this time, I'm just gonna write it down and fill it in later, because I know I've already got it on my TBR. So I should not have any issues grabbing it. But yeah, and you've probably seen it both times. It's definitely here somewhere. Alright. We're just gonna do it this way. Is this ideal? No. Is it what I wanted to do? Also no. Will it work? Yes. Alright, a book about conflict, fractured societies, or broken relationships. So just about anything. It's Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, about a couple who is getting divorced. No, that's a different book that I was looking at. Fractured Societies. Oh, that's gonna be probably. Would we count that as fractured societies? I don't know. this is harder. I'm like, we're 35 minutes in and I haven't gotten very far. I mean, usually this takes me like an hour, so if this goes on super, 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 super long, just skip to the end and I will go through the whole thing. And I apologize. You can tell me in the comments that, hey, go back to the way you're doing it before. And I will absolutely do that. Okay, so book about conflict, fractured societies, or broken relationships. That could be so many things. And yet it is so specific. I'll come back to that in a minute. Dark academia, shadows. Let's see if we have anything already over here. I mean, is Shadowface dark academia? I feel like maybe. A Shadowface dark academia. Yes! So we can use Shadowface. And I don't have to pick another one. Because that fits goal number 1, is to try to fit every book you read into, more than one prompt, if at all possible. And it was when there you go. Leaves you breathless, gasping on the edge of your seat, or is full of tension, breath, breathe, or air. How am I going to know if it leaves me breathless until I actually read it? Which, to me, means I need to find something that has a lot of tension or breath, breathe, or air in the title. Let me look at my list and see if I actually close down all these wheels because I don't need them anymore and they're taking up a lot of space. Go to my priority reads. And I'm going to look for the word air. Not hair. Castle in the air. Yeah, that's an option. Staircase. Billionaire. Okay, let's try breath. That's it. Breathe. That's it. Okay, so tension, maybe a romance. That is a possibility. We will come back. So yeah. We have this one, and that one. So we have 3 that I need to come back to on the monthlies, and we haven't even gotten to those. Okay. Last planet. Features enchanted forest, portals to other worlds, fairies, or fate. Well, portal to another world, that is obviously going to be my wandering children. Where is it? The Gates of Garnet and Gold. Gates of Garnet and Gold. Alright, plants, trees, jungles, vines, etc. on the cover. Oh no. I don't read a lot of things with... But plants can be a lot more than just that. Like Christmas of the Queen has some stuff. So does the Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. Why don't we go with that? I mean, it's technically a tree. And I really want to read it. Most Wonderful Crime of the Year. And I've been forgetting to put them on the end. So after I get this one picked, I'll go put the ones where they need to go. Or I can... No, I'm going to do it at the end. I'm going to do it now. Is it not? Did I not already... I feel like I already downloaded this picture because I thought I was going to be using it for another challenge. Yeah, right there. You know what? We're just going to do what we did last time because I don't feel like looking for it anymore. Alright. Oh, I already said I was going to do that. I have that one. I have that one. Have that one for sure. We Who Must Die is not on there though. So add that. And we already did this page. So, caught back up, even though I got behind. A story with intertwined plots or characters whose lives are deeply connected, or a book that is part of a companion connected series or a standalone book in a shared universe. Intertwined plots or characters whose lives are deeply connected. Is that not most dual POV books? Like, yes, there are some where they're in complete different locations and you're going back and forth like a historic and a current or a future and a current, but they're still at least tangentially connected, but deeply. Most books have your characters being deeply connected. You know what? I think we're going to go with, maybe not. Let's look here real quick. It's like I can use small magics. I don't think, have I already used that? I think I already used that. I did right here. It's like that is a compendium. Not a compendium. An anthology of all the different people in the world, and so is First Meetings actually, but I've already used those. I already read them. Do I have any other anthologies that might need to be work? There's also too many E's in standalone. Well, I can also just pick something that's companion series, and I haven't yet read the first of my the Fae ones. What is the first one? 4-book series. Dark Fae. So it could be on Herkiet as well if I did that one. Maybe we'll go with that for now. Even though that's an additional book on the list. Maybe I can fit it in somewhere else. Okay, so that gets me through most of them. We just have these two left, which is leaves me gasping, blah, 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 blah. And then this one, Fractured Societies, which I'm going to keep my brain out for those ones. And this one I'm hopefully going to do Snow Crash if I can get it in time. We're going to try. All right, now we popping over to our quarterlies again. And let's see if I can fit anything in. Set at a school or trip. We can totally do that. That will be our, well, there's actually two options there, but we can do Dark Fae. Paranormal romance set at a school or a training academy, right? And these are quarterly. So if I can't find something this month, it's not as big of a deal. I would like to be able to get a few, but I don't need a ton. So if there's not already a book that I'm going to be reading, we may skip it for anything quarterly because I still have 2 other months to read them in. Curse breaking or soul bound romance. I don't know that I have any. There's a possibility of a couple ones already on there that are romances that could be like a soul bound one, but I'm not sure. And then mating heat. I don't think I have any currently, but there could be with this one. I don't know if there's any mating heat in it or not. So if there is, then we will do that. Otherwise, we'll leave these two for a future month. And then we've already looked at these ones. We're doing 2. Hopefully this month we can leave these for another month. There's these guys for Once Upon a Year. I can probably put this one on my list because this one is literally downstairs. I just have to go get it. So I don't have to like wait for it. So let me put an uploads. That was number 8, right? Pretty sure it was number 8. Yeah, number 8. And so if there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I should know that 5 and 5 is 10. Then I need to read at least 3 every month. So that would satisfy this one. And on this one, I feel like, wait a second, isn't this? No, okay. So this one's already got 3 on there. and this is only got 6, so that is more than a third, so we're good there. And then we're getting into Chamber of Firsts, and for this one we have there's 13. I don't need to count. I know there's 13. I just did this page earlier today, on my lunch break actually. So 13, that's gonna mean I need to read at least 4 a month, and I already have 2 read, and probably, let's see if any of the ones that are already on my list can fit. So I'm gonna cheat a little bit. No, I don't want I clicked the wrong button. I want this. Come on. There we go. I'm gonna snip this, and I'm gonna bring it over so it's in the corner and make it bigger. I don't think I can. Well, it's there in the corner, and then we're gonna pop back over to this one. And this one just came out like on the 1st, so it came out yesterday. They're opening 13 doors every quarter, and so for the entire year, then you'll have 52. So I have to pick, so I said 4, right? Because that would be 12. So 4 to 5 for every time. Non-mainland locale. I don't know if any of these are non-mainland that are over here, but I definitely know that I have already checked out from the library that I need to finish like in the next couple of days somehow or another, or turn it back in and not read it and let somebody else have it, because it needs to stop being in my books, because I keep putting it down. But I think that it's gonna be really good. I've been not feeling it for some reason. Let's do Voyage for the Damned, even though it's not on my list. Let me go back over. Voyage for the Damned. And then that gives me 4. I want to do at least 6, even though I don't think I'm going to get to all 6 of them. And I don't want to feel like I have to. I don't think I put the trauma one over here. I need to do that. There we go. In case I don't get to the trauma one, because I don't know for sure I can get to that one in time. So let's pick 2 more. And especially if there's some I'm already going to be able to fit. Romance with no people on the cover. Is Grimstone a romance? I'm pretty sure Grimstone is a romance. Grimstone a romance. It is. Hey, we can use Grimstone for that. Grimstone, where are you? The beautiful Gothic mansion. And to be completely honest, just random little talking to myself is something that probably happens on the regular, especially with the sing-songness, because I enjoy that. And that's, is this the right color? Yeah, it just looks weird. Featuring body positivity. I don't have any directly that I know of. I mean, sure, there's plenty out there, but I don't know. And then pretty much most of these will fit into a new to me author. I don't know for sure if we're going to have a pregnant character in any of these books. There was in Monsters Mate, but I already used that one. So we'll see. There could potentially be pregnancy in one of these, but they're just not guaranteed. Criminal element. Well, how about the most wonderful crime of the year? That sounds like a criminal element to me. I found the book. It was right there the whole time. I didn't have to copy it over. If I can use it and I don't have to read another book, I may as well. And then a punny title. There's going to be a punny title on here. You'd think, right? Long quiche goodbye. That'll be punny enough. I like a good pun. Do you guys like puns? I feel like they are definitely not everybody's cup of tea. My father and my brother-in-law hate puns and dad jokes. Mostly the dad jokes, not necessarily the puns. My sister and I adore them. It is hilarious at Christmas time. Okay, so a psychological thriller. I don't actually know if I'm reading a psychological thriller this month, which is strange. I almost always have at least one thriller. Now I'll probably pick one up, but that'll probably if I don't have one, then it may. I'm not gonna worry about it. I may still fill it in if I pick one up though. And then featuring a water source. I guess that would mean that I need to like be on a lake or a beach or something or a river. Is that what that would mean? I assume. Sorry. Ring-a-ling. I'm gonna say we'll skip that one and come back to it. So the only ones I still need to fill out are these guys here. 500-page book in a day. I can close this. White Witch Black Curse is what I had listed as a 500-page book. So, can I read it in a day though? I don't know. We'll find out. If I don't find it, we're so close. I'm just gonna write it and we will move on because we're literally at the end of this. While I'm here, I actually do know I need to read Mating Game. It's just not here yet. I'm gonna go and add that. It doesn't have anywhere on here, but it needs to be read. Because I didn't get it in time to read it in December. And I need it for her kid. Okay, I don't see it. So I will find it. And that will be what we do there. And then I need to go over to the far side. Okay, I need a school read. When am I getting Slaughterhouse 5? Because I've already requested that. But it was a long wait. I was a little surprised. Is it? I don't even see it. I thought I requested it. Did I not request it? Slaughterhouse 5. Yeah, that's only the comic version. That's weird. Okay, we will not pick that one this month, and I'll figure out what's going on with that. I know I have Miss Dalloway on here, but it wasn't going to be able to... It's a short one, if I remember right. It's not too bad. Is it the Virginia Woolf one? Yes. Okay, so yeah, I can get that one. So let's do Mrs. Dalloway. And I don't think I have a picture of that one yet, so let's grab a cover real quick. Actually, I want to put this as a want to read. That way I can get to it quickly on the one that's going to be available in time later. All the covers, man. So many covers. And I'm only pulling a cover now for this one because I don't believe I've already uploaded a cover. I know that for a fact that I've already done a White Witch Black Curse somewhere. I don't know where it's at. I know that I already did it though, and I don't want duplicates if possible. And then actually, Reader's Choice. I'm gonna use I don't know. In Progress series, Whale. I feel like I'm gonna cheat a little bit and go ahead and use Monster's Mate, even though I read it since I read it yesterday for that one, because it is part of a series. I have, I think, one more after that to get caught up. I think I'm just tired. I can't find anything. And I literally have used this exact picture multiple times. We're just gonna go get it. Okay. Alright, and for reader's choice, I mean, I could definitely use the mating game, but we'll leave that one blank because I'll think about that one. I may just, maybe it's just a book I pick up, spur of the moment kind of situation. So I really only have 3 that I need to pick later other than the, choice. I need to find a book about a conflict or a fractured society or broken relationship. I need to find a book that leaves you breathless, gasping, or on the edge of your seat, or still with tension, breathe, or air in the title. And then this was potentially Snow Crash, if I can get it in time. So let me go ahead and put Snow Crash on there so I don't forget. Image. Ooh, that's a fun cover. Upload. Bloop. And then this goes over here. Gotta click the button first, Heather. Alright. So where we're at right now, I got 2 more to pick and then one that can just be whatever I'm feeling at the moment. And then we have all of these guys, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times, say 3 is 27 minus 2 is 25. Okay, that's 25 books to go. I've already read 3 of them. So I have 22 left to read in the month of January, which I think is doable. Like I said, I'm trying to lower the number. That way I can pick up some more like fun just reads because I find that I'm reading about 1 a day. I would like to lower that a little bit so that I am reading audiobooks at a slower pace, like I mentioned. But for now, we'll say 30 is my cap. I don't want to go really over the ones I have here, which is 27. That way I have a little bit of wiggle room for pickup, 3 extras, but I would ideally like to slowly bring that back to maybe like say 20 over the course of the year, and then the rest however I decide to pick them up. But more fun stuff, right? Just on the spur of the moment. Need to be more spontaneous. How do we say that? Spontaneous? We'll go with spontaneous. Spontaneity, spontaneous. That's what I was putting the 2 together. Spontaneous. This has been chaos, at least in my brain. I feel like I've been all over the place. If this is something you would like to see in the future, let me know. It is an hour at this point, so again, I apologize. I will have put a link in there if you just want to get to this part. But the books we're going to read this month are Shadowface by Ray Ryan. Let me just pull this up. Ray Ryan. Through Gates of Garnet and Gold by Sinan McGuire. The Everlasting by Alex E. Harrow. Grimstone by Sophie Lark. One Dark Window by Rachel Gillig. Most Wonderful Crime of the Year by Ellie Carter. Accidentally Wedded to a Werewolf by Isabel Taylor. Uprooted by Naomi Novik. The Monster's Mate by Gillian West. Agatha Christie is going to have 2 books, 3 books actually. 450 from Paddington, The Mystery of the Blue Train, and Appointment with Death. It's on the far side. Small Magic by Ilona Andrews. The Evangelicals by Sarah McGammon. Black Tide by Carrie Arthur. First Meeting and Ender in Exile by Orson Scott Card. The Long Quiche Goodbye by Avery Ames. We Who Will Die, If I Can Get It, by Stacia Stark. Dark Fae by Peckham and Valenti. The next in the One Piece saga for me by Odo, and that is number 8. Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. This trauma is sponsored by Eve something. Anna Lindvasser. And the maiden game, Elena Ferguson. And then if I can get it, Snow Crash by Neil Stephenson. Plus the 3 that I need to pick still. So I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks again. If you have ideas for those 2 that I haven't picked out yet, or if you just have a book that I was like unsure if I really wanted to go that route, let me know. Or any of the blank ones for those quarterlies especially. I need to pick those in February so I can get them on my list. So I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!